Together, we're talking about how we are seeing God moving in the life of Mulberry Street United Methodist Church. Even before I had an inkling I might be appointed here, I saw God move through this church in my life. When I was first looking at going into ministry and beginning seminary back in 2012, someone alerted me to the presence of the Hurd Scholarship, which is a fund in our endowment. It's designed and designated for those who are entering Methodist ministry and feel the call of God to do so. So I emailed the church and became a recipient of that Hurd Scholarship. It helped me in the 6 semesters that I was attending Candler, and then when it came time to pursue my doctorate, I asked again and was able to receive those funds, blessed to receive those funds again. This is one of the ways that I have experienced God moving in the life of this church, like I said, even before I got here. And that's what we want to talk about in a series of videos of posts that you'll see in Realm and online, and in Mulberry Ministry Moments that we'll have on the 4th Sunday of each month in worship, where we'll hear stories of the way that members of this church are experiencing God moving in our midst, the difference that it makes, and why that causes us to want to respond with generosity. So I hope that in your life, you will ask yourself how Mulberry has made a difference in your life, how you have experienced God moving in this place, and then as a result of that, how is God calling you to give of what you have? In closing, I've thought a lot about my grandfather, as many of you know, who passed away recently. And what has stood out to me in his life is that he gave of what he had. He didn't seek to do any more than what he had. He just gave of the gifts God had given him. He was a tremendous woodworker and was able to create 20,000 of these handheld prayer crosses. He used those skills to help with monasteries and some other ministries in the area where he lived. He didn't try to write a book. That wasn't in his skill set. He didn't try to do something else outside of the ways that God had gifted him. He simply gave of what God had gifted him to give. So how has God gifted you? And how can you live into that example by giving of yourself, of the gifts that you have? And how can you be part of supporting the ministry of this church, just as we have seen in how the Hurd family and many other families over the generations have supported the life of this church? I hope you'll be on the lookout for these additional videos as they come, and I thank you for the opportunity to be able to share with you about my experience of how God has moved in my life here at Mulberry Street United Methodist Church.